I miss nothing more about Columbia than going into the Chronicle office and messing with my coworkers.
I miss getting on sets.
Going into work and seeing my friends, I really miss them.
Difficult to pick one thing. I miss the photo print lab.
The clubs, the activities, all the makerspace events.
I miss the student center. I miss the comedy club and cult cinema club. And I miss seeing my friends.
Normally, I'm someone who's very independent and keeps to herself, so I was surprised how much I missed being on campus once I was sent home for the rest of the semester.
It's just the environment, being surrounded by so many creative and artistic people that are so shamelessly themselves.
I also really miss just the in-person interactions.
Running by in the hallway or seeing them when you walk down Wabash Avenue.
I really miss being able to see someone on the street and just say, hey, how was your day? Or how was class?
Going out and having fun with friends or finding some way to follow your passion and expecting that to continue for 2 months and then finding out that that'll actually be 2 days is really, really rough.
The way campus closures have impacted me is in the first few weeks, it was a little wild. I desperately wanted to go get my things off of the campus.
I live in Baltimore, Maryland, so that's a long haul. And I went all the way back, and then they changed the dates when you could move out. So then I had to go drive right back to Chicago, which is 12 hours.
I lost my job, so that's nice.
And with no school and no work options, I really didn't have any reason to stay or didn't really have any resources to stay.
And then when campus closed, I had to move from my residence hall at the Dwight into another place, and I didn't know where I was gonna go, but thankfully my boyfriend let me move in with him and his apartment in the city. But he's also a Columbia student, so when he had online classes and I had online classes, we had to coordinate when they were so that we wouldn't interrupt one another.
I had a few internet issues at home that were kind of annoying. My internet actually went out while I was taking one of my finals for my classes.
Really hard to be a journalist from one spot, which is this desk.
The closure has affected me in good and some bad ways. I get to focus more on my own stuff, edit some stuff, learn some new things that I wanted to learn, but didn't have time to.
I teach writing and rhetoric too, and it's a totally new and exciting experience to actually get in front of a classroom and teach students the syllabus that you created.
I'm a directing major, and I had a big film shoot planned for the second half of the semester, and that ended up having to get canceled along with all my other classmates.
So having to do things kind of on my own in my own space and online, really not with the hands-on direction from a professor or the collaboration in person with other classmates has been pretty hard for me.
So there's kind of gaps in the education that I would have gotten.
But at the same time, I'm trying to remind myself that we're all kind of living a shared experience, and regardless of what this affects and my timeline with my career and my education, there's not going to be the same expectations and the same realities that there were before.
I just want to see all my friends.
Reach out to some old film friends and
make buttons. The last day that I had on campus, I was going to go to the student center and make some buttons with my boyfriend, but we didn't know that there were a lot of supplies involved, and so.
First thing is I'm gonna go to the library and I'm gonna check out so many books.
Definitely going to be booking myself a study room at the student center.
The first thing I'm going to do once I'm back on campus is sprint to the Chronicle office.
And clean out my desk because I totally neglected to do that when lockdown started.
And get some of the equipment that I left behind there when I thought that this would be over far sooner.
I'm gonna get on my phone. I'm gonna go on some food app. I'm gonna order some devil dogs.
Now I'm gonna get a Chicago dog, and I'm also gonna get fries and devil sauce, and also probably a rooster.
Go to the student center, go to the gym, enjoy myself for the things that, you know, I'm paying for. So yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait for this campus to open and it to be safe for us to be on the campus.